In a world where everyone chants that you must travel more, meet more, and stay endlessly busy, choosing to stay home is quickly labeled as laziness, weakness, and lack of experience. Yet through the Stoic lens, staying home can be the most intelligent decision you ever make. The place where you reclaim your energy, build inner discipline, and see clearly who you are. This video will show you why the first step to changing your life is sometimes not going outward, but daring to turn inward. Escaping the noise to meet yourself again is not a call to run away from life. Still, a deliberate strategic withdrawal by a man who understands invisible forces are wearing him down. Each day he is besieged by public opinion, drama, and the expectations of family, friends, and society, by glances, comparisons, and the questions, when will you? Why haven't you? Bit by bit, he loses the ability to hear his inner voice and merely reacts to what others want to see. And then he chooses to stay home, but to stay home consciously. He turns off a few notifications, declines a few meaningless outings, closes the door on the noisy world to open another door, the door that leads inward. Home now is not merely a place to eat, sleep, and scroll. It becomes a temple of the inner life, where he dares to ask, what do I truly want? If not to please others, what life would I choose? In the quiet, thoughts that once felt tangled begin to fall into order. Decisions that used to be impulsive are now examined more carefully in the light of reason. That is the Stoic spirit, withdrawing from noise not to become weaker, but to become clearer and more self-governed. No longer dragged by the current of the crowd, he can see where he stands, where he is wrong, and how he must move forward. At home, he does not lose the world. He simply returns to rebuild the inner command center. And only when that center is steady do his steps back into the world truly become choices, rather than drift. Forging the discipline others don't have may sound abstract, but in truth, it begins with minimal and very lonely choices. While most people are addicted to constant stimulation, opening their eyes and grabbing the phone, needing to watch something even while eating, switching to something else after 5 minutes of work, this man chooses to stay home to train something invisible yet priceless. Inner discipline. He trains himself to sit still with his own thoughts, resisting the urge to flee into social media feeds or meaningless conversations. He focuses on one task to the end. No background music, no drama, no working while entertaining himself. He learns to delay gratification. Instead of demanding immediate pleasure, he accepts discomfort now to earn a greater reward later. In the eyes of the crowd, he may appear dull, not very social, and rarely seen. But on the Stoic path, he understands this. The difference that marks the strong is not how many things they can do, but how well they can govern themselves. He goes against the trend of being everywhere, doing everything. He chooses to be fully in one place, to do one thing entirely, to live one moment wholeheartedly. That quiet discipline creates an advantage many people do not have. When every temptation pulls away others, he still keeps his course. And in the long run, that is why he goes farther, even if on the surface he seems to be merely staying home. When a man has enough discipline to be still with himself, the next natural step is reflection. Who is he allowing to step into his life, and what do they bring with them? Out there, swept up in the rhythm of meetings, parties, and endless chats, it's hard for him to see who truly benefits his life and who merely exploits his presence and energy. But when he deliberately stays home and creates a safe distance, everything comes into focus. He notices some people only show up when they need a favor, when they want to borrow his name, his strength, his time, yet rarely ask, "How have you been lately?" There are those after whose every conversation he feels heavier, more confused, pulled off course from the goals he was pursuing. They carry negativity, envy, and constant comparison, unconsciously sowing in him the feeling of being not enough. And then there are those he meets only rarely, yet every time they connect, he feels calm, clear, and free to be himself. Time at home becomes a fine filter. It gives him the chance to examine each relationship in the light of clarity rather than in the intoxication of fleeting emotion. And then in the Stoic spirit, he dares to shrink his circle, to release connections that only drain his energy, and to preserve the relationships that nourish his mind. At home, he is not merely resting, he is quietly safeguarding his most precious asset, peace of soul. When he dares to shrink his circle, the next natural question arises. If there are fewer people around to fill the emptiness, can I withstand the emptiness within myself? This is where the journey of building emotional independence begins. Before, his emotions were like a leaf in the wind. Praise made him happy. Criticism made him collapse. If someone invited him out, he felt valuable. If no one texted for a while, he felt invisible. At home, he gradually realizes this is a way of living on borrowed emotions. Borrowing attention, borrowing compliments, borrowing validation just to exist. With a Stoic spirit, he chooses a more complex but more sustainable path, learning to create his own joy and sense of sufficiency. He practices entertaining himself with activities that help him grow, rather than merely passing the time. He practices satisfying himself through small goals completed each day by witnessing his own progress, even if no one applauds. He practices standing firm in his feelings. A message left unseen no longer has the power to ruin his whole day. A single criticism no longer makes him question his entire self-worth. At home, he builds a center of emotions solid as rock, where everything outside, including people, becomes a variable. Instead of asking, "Who made me happy today?" he begins asking, "How did I care for my emotions today?" And from that moment, he shifts from a position of dependence to a position of mastery. When his emotional center is steady, no longer chasing validation or seeking parties to fill the inner void, a new door opens. He now has surplus energy to build himself truly. Instead of asking, "Where should I go today to kill the boredom?" he asks, "What can I become better at today?" The house, once merely a shelter, suddenly turns into a personal dojo, where he quietly trains every day. There he reads, studies, builds, and creates. He makes time for difficult books, new skills, and personal projects that had previously been postponed because he was busy going out, busy pleasing others. While the world is absorbed in amusement, scrolling endlessly, laughing at an infinite stream of entertaining videos, he chooses a different joy, the joy of progress. No loud boasting, no status updates to prove anything, no need for anyone to see. He understands that every great figure, from philosophers and leaders to writers and scientists, has had a phase of hidden training, anonymous years, repeating small tasks, sharpening their abilities bit by bit. In the stillness, he becomes sharper, more resilient, more valuable. And that is the kind of confidence Stoicism honors. Confidence that does not come from noisy appearances, but from knowing he has labored enough in the dark to no longer fear the light. At home, he is not falling behind. He is quietly pulling ahead in his own way. When he has spent enough time training in silence, he begins to grasp an even more important truth. Skills only blossom when he has enough energy to nourish them. And that is when he looks anew at how he spends his life energy each day. Before, going out constantly caused his energy to leak into things that seemed harmless. Endless small talk, irrelevant gossip, meetups held just to maintain an image, pleasures that left him tired and hollow once he got home. Social pressure to show up, to fit in, to be present for form's sake quietly wore him down. That endless noise didn't just steal his time, it also robbed him of the focus, zeal, and sharpness he had worked so hard to build. With a Stoic spirit, he begins practicing a difficult yet pivotal skill, learning to say no. No to gatherings he knows will only drain him. No to trying to please everyone. No to relationships maintained just for appearance. He deliberately keeps his circle smaller but richer. With every refusal, he doesn't feel left behind. He feels himself reclaiming sovereignty over his energy. At home, he pours his attention into what truly matters: health, work, skills, and a few relationships worth keeping. His energy is no longer spread thin, it is forged into a sharp blade. And that very concentration, in true Stoic fashion, becomes the quiet weapon that carries him farther than most, who are still busy squandering themselves in the noise. When he has learned to conserve his energy for what truly matters, cutting down the noise, shrinking his circle, a truth gradually emerges. What he must face is no longer the outer world, but the loneliness within. Before, the slightest gap in his schedule or a few quiet minutes without his phone already made him uneasy. He would rush to invite someone out, plunge into social media, and try every way to fill the void. But gradually on the Stoic journey, he learns to look straight at that loneliness and no longer fear it. By the end of the journey, this man no longer panics at evenings spent alone. He becomes independent of attention. He doesn't need anyone to text him constantly, nor does he need anyone to prove he matters. He no longer has to chase after people just to prove he is chosen, needed. He doesn't need to prove to the world that he is living an exciting life. He only needs to know he is living a meaningful one. His sense of fullness no longer comes from a packed calendar, but from a steady inner life and the values he has quietly built. He can sit by himself, read a book, work on a personal project, take a silent walk, and feel at peace.